my best years living with him and having his children, but he never, ever once talked about marrying me.
One night, he even had the nerve to come home and have the smell of another woman on him. He treated me like an old, dirty dish rag. And when he was done, he just threw me to the side.
My Jake would never do that.
Sweetheart, when he brought you in here, he was drunk, falling all over the place, yelling, screaming, and breaking things.
That wasn't my Jake. That was yours. I was the one who threw the brass frame with the picture of the two of us at him.
We all heard you hollering. Don't break that, Jake.
He wasn't trying to break out a lamp with a settee. He just said it was too much light in here.
Can't you see? He's crazy. I remember too well how he acted after he'd been drinking. And he better not come up in here breaking up my lamps, my dishes and things. When he drank, he'd ask for money. And when I didn't give it to him, he started searching through my purse. There was even some days I didn't have enough money to feed my 6 children.
Don't take that money. That's my light bill money, Jake. Don't do this.
When he had that moonshine in him, he had a fire in his eyes that made him look like a demon straight from hell. And when he drew that fist back, I always knew I was gonna get him. No! Stop hitting me!
When it happened, I died on the inside.
Your soul didn't die. God was still with you. You just wouldn't let him inside. It's okay. Go ahead and cry.
You all are talking like every other old woman I know. Forgotten what it's like to be young. The sweet smell of perfume and what it feels like to have a man's arms around you. You don't know how to be real women, just old women.
What does any 20-year-old know about being a real woman? You haven't lived yet. You haven't seen what the world can do to a woman who is not strong.
At 20 years old, you're just finding out what it even means to be a woman. It'll take you another 20 years before you can get it right. Billie Holiday, she said it best. Your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child who's got his own. Them that's God shall get, them that's not shall lose. For the Bible says, and it still is new. Oh, mama may have, papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. Ooh, that's got his own. Oh,
Jake says I'm a real woman now. He tells me that every day.
I've heard that before. But what he's talking about doesn't have anything to do with being a real woman.
It took a long time for me to figure that out. Mama tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen.
I knew everything. It took me some time to get over that man. I spent 20 years chasing after one man who never wanted to marry me. All he wanted to do was just lay up with me and give me babies.
After I had my first baby for him, I should have known then. But he kept telling me how much of a woman I really was. And then he left me with the burden of raising them by myself. He would tell me, "You one fine thing right now. You got a shape like a Coke bottle. Everything's in the right place." I used to be fine. I had a shape like yours. Mine set up. But then I started popping out babies like a popcorn machine. Now nothing's in its right place. It's like Oprah said, when I lay down, they lay down.
I'm never going to get on and gain weight like the rest of you. When I see y'all, I don't see me. No way.
I am 40 years old with 6 children, and I ain't never been married. I was watching Martin Luther King on TV last week, talking about free at last. I said to myself, I wish I were free.
Then maybe you don't understand why I want to be free. I'm 20 years old and y'all still treat me like I'm a child. I felt like a prisoner then and now I'm grown and I still feel like I'm washed up. Archie, will you be home before the sun goes down? Archie, will you don't wear those short dresses that show your calves? Archie, will you don't wear lipstick, you're just 13. I want to be free of some of these rules. I swear to God, I feel like the only reason Mama had me was so that you got somebody to help around the house and clean.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I want to be free too. But when I get free, I'm going to shout it loud. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last.
But you gotta be careful what you wish for. I wanted to be free, said I was gonna be free. I left home, moved in with Jake, and was locked up again. Just a different kind of sale. So much about that freedom we was talking about.
When you get 6-headed children, sometimes you feel like you're chained. You can't move freely. It's even worse when you have to do it alone.